Maria Dmitrieva, came her voice from there. So she went into the ballroom to ask for this Maria. Herself, came the answer in a rough voice, and Maria Dmitrieva entered the room. So
herself.
Well, basically, she's asking Maria Dmitrieva, right?
Yeah,
and this is me. I came herself. So she's identifying herself. Sometimes people say that.
Herself.
So, sometimes it's Frankie. Is it himself? So I guess I might me, or instead of saying me, it says himself. I am. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so this woman came.
Yeah. All the unmarried ladies and even the married ones except the very oldest rose. So all the unmarried ladies and even the married ones except the very oldest rose. Everybody got up.
Right. Okay.
Maria Dmitrieva paused at the door.
Oh.
Tall and stout.
Oh.
Holding high her 50-year-old head with gray curls, she stood surveying the guests.
She stood bending.
No, we're
stood bending, right?
Stood is stand.
Oh, stand.
Surveying, like looking at the guests.
Looking at the guests.
And leisurely arranged her wide sleeves as if rolling them up. She's leisurely mean like very lazily kind of
lazily
at
around her wide sleeves
as if rolling them up. Maria Dmitrieva always spoke in Russian. She doesn't speak French.
Oh.
Health and happiness to her whose name day we are keeping, and to her children. So she's talking about whose name day?
Daughter
and mother. They had the same day, right?
Yeah.
She said in her loud, full-toned voice, which drowned all others.
Drowned
Drown means like you go underwater, you cannot breathe anymore.
Cannot breathe.
So her voice drowned every other voice. So she made other voices sound quiet.
Oh my.
Well, you old sinner, she went on, turning on to the Count, who was kissing her hand. So Count is kissing her hand.
Okay.
Says, you old sinner means you bad guy. Yeah, you old bad guy. You're feeling dull in Moscow, I dare say. You're feeling dull, not very interested in Moscow. Nowhere to hunt with your dogs. So the Count likes to hunt.
Oh.
But what is to be done, old man? Just see how those nestlings are growing up. Who's a nestling means people in the nest, like little birds. So she's talking about his children, how his children are grown up.
Oh my god.
And she pointed to the girls.
Oh.
You must look for husbands for them, whether you like it or not. So she's pointing to his daughters. You have to look for husbands for them.
You means to count.
Well, said he, how is my Cossack?
Cossack
is a name.
Always called
Natasha Cossack. Cossack happens to be normally the horse people in Russia, like they ride horses.
Yeah.
Not army, just like happens to be this group. Maybe in China they also have those near close to Mongolia, that area. Those people like to ride horse.
Like red horse. Okay.
Right. And then also called Natasha Cossack. And she stroked the child's arm as she came up fearlessly and gave to kiss her. So Natasha just went and kissed her.
So she stroked
the child's arm.
Stroked Natasha's arm?
Yes. As she came up fearlessly. Fearless.
Not fear.
Yeah, fearless. And gay. Gay means happy.
Happy? So Natasha is happy.
Yes, and fearless.
To kiss her.
Yeah.
So Natasha kissed her.
Yes. Kissed Maria. Can we keep going? I know she's a cramp of a girl, but I like her. So I think that's still Maria talking. She took a pair.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Scamp means like she likes to hide, maybe. I don't know. Okay. She took a pair of pear-shaped ruby earrings from her huge reticule, and having given them to the rosy Natasha, who beamed with the pleasure of her Saint Day's fete, turned away at once and dressed herself to Pierre. So she took some earrings from her pear-shaped ruby earrings.
Pear-shaped ruby earrings.
Yeah. Ruby is a red stone. From her reticule, probably her bag. And have given them to Natasha, who beamed. Light. Beamed.
Natasha?
Beamed
With pleasure.
On her Saint Day's fete. the Saint Natalie. This is Saint Day's Saint Natalie, right? Day, and this the same day
Fat.
party. Turned away at once, and so
Natasha?
No, Maria. She turned away from Natasha, so Natasha's happy. She got whatever. So she turned away at once and addressed herself. So now she's talking to Pierre.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Let me just.
My friend, come here a bit, says she, assuming a soft, high tone of voice. Come here, my friend. And she ominously tucked her sleeves up higher. Pierre approached, looking at her in a childlike way through his spectacles. Come near, friend. I used to be the only one to tell your father the truth when he was in favor. In your case, it's my evident duty. She paused. All were silent, expectant of what was to follow, for this was clearly a prelude. Okay, we can stop here.
Okay.
But he's saying, I used to know your father, kind of like when your father was in favor, everybody liked him. When your father, everybody liked him because he was young. Yeah. And then so she was used to telling the truth. Something. I used to be the one to tell your father the truth. So
What
she
truth?
used to whatever, doesn't matter. Something.
When he was in favor.
Right. When she told the truth about stuff to him, maybe how he
Well,
was.
when his father was in favor.
Yes. But now that his father's not in favor, in your case, in Pierre's case, it's my duty, it's my I have to do the same thing to you, tell you the truth. So she paused, and everybody was like trying to listen what she's gonna say.
Expectant of what was
to follow. For this was clearly only the beginning. She was gonna say something more about him.
This was clearly only
a prelude. Beginning of something. Yeah.
Okay, interesting woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.